The directors of the U.S. Trotting Association have completed 2 days of their 3-day meetings here in Columbus, Ohio. When they met in this room this morning, they heard from USTA Executive Vice President Mike Tanner, who told them about an exciting new nationwide fan promotion.
The idea is not a new one. The idea essentially is a national day at the races whereby we would identify a Saturday or Sunday late in the summer before football season starts when many tracks are racing. And we would essentially activate our members by encouraging them through our social media, through outreach, to bring 2 or 3 people to the racetrack on a specific day. We would encourage and we would ask that racetracks and commissions provide access they wouldn't normally provide on that day, including but not necessarily limited to access to the paddock, to the announcer's booth, starting gate cars, things like that.
At midday, the directors broke to take time to honor 3 outstanding individuals. Alan Levitt of Walnut Hall Limited recognized Dot Morgan.
She's adopted out over 3,000 horses since New Vocations was created. Every one of the horses she's ever adopted out is broken to ride, so people know that they're getting a useful horse, and she rides most of them.
Bob Huff, one of the longest serving members of the board of directors of the USTA, unable to make it to Columbus due to bad health, but he was recognized by the chairman of District 2 for Michigan, Mr. John Schubert. Bob Sidley of right here in Ohio, who many years served on the board of directors of the USTA and was for many years also its treasurer, was honored by the 3rd of 3 President's Awards handed out by Phil Langley. Yesterday we reported that Ivan Axelrod seemed to be a bit frustrated by marketing efforts of a committee that he headed last year. Well, he was in the Committee for Marketing and Communications to report that there will be renewed efforts by his committee in 2010.
But for this specific marketing program, I realized that one of the things that we didn't do was ask the tracks how the USDA and the marketing arm of the USDA could assist them in things they would like to do that they're not able to do or only partially able to do, and where they maybe had some success and could use more success. And we didn't ask the tracks what they wanted.
The Communications Committee chairman is Jason Settlemoyer of Tioga Downs and Vernon Downs. He spoke about a recently completed report on marketing the sport of harness racing as submitted by Dr. Joan Zielinski.
We have the Zielinski report that outlines the problems of our industry, which are similar to what it was 20 years ago, that are still in place today. I am calling in for action to put a strategic plan in place as part of the USTA, develop something to correct the problems that Dr. Zielinski has put in front of us. You look at the draft transition report that came out of the Meadowlands in the state of New Jersey about the Meadowlands. This is pretty scary stuff, folks. This is pretty scary.
We received very generous purse subsidies. The number of horses went up, and everything was great. But unfortunately, we took substantial, almost all of that purse money and just used it for purses. And instead of reinvesting a portion of those funds in the promotion of our racing and the promotion of wagering, we used it for our own benefit, and that was a mistake.
Royal Rowland of Iowa, who you just saw there speak, is one of the 6 new members of the board of directors of the U.S. Trotting Association. Obviously, a warning to those states which offer expanded gaming. Well, tomorrow, the final session of the board of directors here in Columbus, Ohio. Final action on rule change proposals. We'll give you details on that, as well as any action taken on the budget and what happens with the several speakers who will be before the board tomorrow. I'm John Pawlak for the USTA.